Hello, lovely family and friends, and warm welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well by God's grace. If you see this food that is sitting in front of me now, I am doing very well. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you how I make this kinky. So stay tuned. This is the one doc.
Madam Bezaled, how is the kinky?
You can see it on my face. The hair is too good. Look at the hair. Look at how the kinky is soaring. It's soaring like lights. As sort as a Ghanaian. Look at it. It doesn't get better than this. Make your own kinky at home. Everything is homemade. Everything is homemade. Tomatoes look like homemade. Me na me tomatoes. I laid the tomatoes and the green pepper onions. If you follow my kinky recipe and you don't get this, you didn't follow it. The result is the same every time I make it. Every time. Go and check all my kinky recipes. The result is like this every time. You know. Papa say the same. Oh wait, okotoy, you know yeah. If I say baby amono, when my depa. I mean doc okay. What can I say me doc no okay, me try leaves no so. What's the leaves no?
Yeah.
No, there we are leaves now. Me try. Me turn doc no nti wa person to doc no bia me UK order. Baby I will be am the Ghana from the doc no very. As I mentioned earlier, I am making kinky today. Ga Kenkey, otim, kom, anadokono, enkrandokono. And I'm using my condo recipe I shared with you a few weeks back, and I'm going to link it for you right here. So as you can see, the dough was divided into two. I have the one part, which is this one we are going to use for the aflata or the banku, and the two parts, which is going to be the raw one we are going to mix with the aflata. So this is the two parts. So making kinky, you divide your dough into three equal parts, to be specific. 3 equal parts. 1 part for the banku, then 2 parts for the dry one to mix with the raw one to mix with the banku or the aflata. So for me, every time I make kinky, I do this. I pass my raw dough through a sieve. So what I use is this mesh-like thing that I have, okay? So I just pass it all through so that it breaks into crumbs or like smaller particles, right? I learned it from where I used to live, where they made kinky, okay? So this is the reason why I set this aside. Was I was using rock salt and I wanted it to melt. So as I was doing that, that was melting, right? So with the salt, bear in mind that you're not just seasoning this one, but you are seasoning this one and the dry one, okay? So this is the consistency. When you are making that flatter, it has to be very soft. If you want a very soft kinky, please make it very, very soft. And I don't know how I'm going to explain the softness to you, but you will see the banku or the aflata we are going to get here. You don't need to let the aflata cook. It shouldn't be cooked through. No, you don't need to add water, cover it for it to steam. There is no need. The aflata is supposed to be a binder. You are going to bind it to the dry or to the raw condo to make it malleable so that you can mold it. You get it? Yeah. So you don't need to let it cook. So this is how it is, how soft it has to be. So as you can see, it is really, really soft. And you, if you know me or if you follow me, you know that sometimes I do unconventional stuff. So right now here, I'm like, okay, that is the difficult bit for me when I have to mix the aflata or the banku with the dry or with the raw dough. I don't like it because normally I make a lot of kinky, so it means that it's like it is hot. I don't have time, so I decided to use my mixer, my cake mixer, and it mixed it so quickly. In less than 1 minute, it was mixed. I stopped it. I went in to check if it was working properly as I wanted it, and I continued. And if you're able to add the time in my time slot on my mixer, you can add it, you see, in less than a minute. 10 seconds and I think 25 seconds together. It was ready. And here was me just trying to check that there was no raw bit at the bottom. So my dough was a lot. Putting it all together, it wouldn't fit in my mixing bowl, okay? So I had to do it twice. Now I have brought it all together here. That is why I'm using my bankuta to mix it all together because I didn't measure it. I only eyeballed it. So I wanted to make sure that my dough is perfect. I don't have, different textures, different tastes, any discrepancies in my dough. So here I covered it, okay, with my cling film and I let it sit for, are you ready for it? 3 days. Yes, 3 good days before I came to play the kinky, to play the kinky. Just and I came to hit the kinky. It's in a broth cry to mold the kinky. Yeah, that is the correct English. Yeah, I've washed them very nicely, with vinegar and hot water. She said.
Hot water.
Yeah. Hot water. That's what I've done. So that's the leaves in our brain. I'll say, if I decide, I'll trade it. So this is. This one shows that the kinky is going to be good. Okay. I hope you find out them. The kinky is going to be good. It's nice and soft. So the kinky, it flies. So you can't say what broth. So first of all, I get a leaf, one leaf, a big one, preferably. Yes. So the reason I have a scissors is to be cutting off this. I just want to cut it. It's going to be some waste there. I've got a few good ones here. I said I'll just cut it off. So you pick one ball like this, put it in. Then we are going to be sealing it. According to the size is this is abasana yes minimobi obedi sa nasa.
India.
Equity any mirror. Minimobi obedi sa. So what I normally do when I'm doing my kinky makeup is that sometimes I know that kinky is going to come out perfect. It's going to come out like la kinky, or it's going to come out like la kinky or choco kinky, like those best kinky, Jamestown kinky. It's going to come out like one of those kinkies. So I don't want anybody to come and tell me, say, hey, she didn't make it, because I made bread. If somebody told me, say, a professional made, I didn't make it. So I try to think or put something in it so that say it is one, so that we can identify that this is what I've made. So what I usually do is I will put some popcorn inside, or I'll put black peppercorn inside. Okay. But then so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this inside, and this is how I'll do it. So I'll put it in the middle like that. I'll put it in at the end. So my main cover. Alright, so okay, I've got the next one. I should have cut all of this before bringing it here. Yeah, what do do? Let me take the next one. So when you're making your kinky, your dough like this, it should be soft. Okay, that's what is indicative of your kinky going to be very soft. Okay. Record. As I put it in, this time my hands are clean. I'll find a ragged way. So we see how it is. Maybe at it is like, hey.
So,
is it a bee or what? And then I put it together. I told you that the next one will be better. See? I need my vitamin D. So we have it here. You see, we'll be looking for this. So we'll know that this is the kinky we have actually made. Because it will be very difficult for you to buy kinky and put this thing inside. And it will be very difficult. So this is what is going to show that this is the kinky we have made. So those
the daughters.
Apostle Thomas is out there. Thomas for Thomas a while for no. Unti na me ya de you unti. Nji bibiara ndi. E ba Ghana da be chopper. Ko wo se ka be ko yi. Me jama ko no ko Ghana ko bi toba. So as again na mudi wo fi ha na nyina aje ko. Me prosperity na mudi no. That me ton kaba this am ayi o Ghana.
What that is sure.
Moti ha no na mudi. Mudi me talent. Super. Bono. That's an idea shot. Nice. I said that I'm a bold of no name. Yes, I'm in the comedy document. So at the beginning of the video, you heard me talk about the leaves that I had cut. So that's what you've seen me do, cutting the leaves. So I managed to mold all the kinky or ball all the dokuno or the utim. And here's an ekano. I used to live with all these people. I could hear utim. It's kinky, right? I managed to mold my kinky and also to collect my much needed vitamin D in the sun. Okay, so this is a time where I'm going to line my pot with some of the leaves before I pack my kinky in. Okay, so you try and pack it in as much as you can. Really, this one there's no formula. I'm just mimicking what the kinky sellers used to do. And this pot, it used to be a beautiful pot that my sister gave to me, or saucepan my sister gave to me. Oh, she'll be very disappointed. So this is us. It's ready to be cooked, and I started with hot water. I'm like, I don't have time to waste. I'm going to pour hot water instead of cold water so that the boiling will start. When you add in the water, don't fill your water to the brim. Make sure it's at like 3/4 of your pot. Otherwise, it will boil over. And if you're using the stove, it will just turn it off. Right? So I decided to boil this to cook it for 5 hours. So this is the 4th hour. You can see that 4 hours, 5 minutes here. And I came back and so this was after the 4 hours, and I'd come in to check how the kinky was like, and I can see that the kinky was, happening. It was happening, right? So what I can say is that at some point, this kinky started to burn. It burnt at the bottom. So what happened was the water around it started to darken, okay? So the kinky, this one, the color was lighter, okay? But then the one at the bottom, because of the burnt pot and the water discolored to a darker color. So the next day, when the whole thing cooled down completely, okay, so the video you watch at the beginning, it was the same day. The following day is what you're going to see from here on, okay? The water had darkened, and it darkened the kinky and made the kinky darker, and it made the kinky taste nicer. So on the second day, you see that the kinky had become darker, as you see soon. There's and I take everything out, you see that the color of the kinky changed. You know, there's a little bit of difference between this kinky and the one I just showed you when the kinky was ready. So this is, I'm going to remove all the balls of kinky I put the leaves in. This, like this one. You can see the leaves in there. And I think I'll take one for you to see. And the color had darkened a little bit, just but it's fine. It is perfect. It still tastes amazing. So this is day 2, and my husband says that it looks like fermented. And this is me removing the leaf from the middle. I like saying thing. I mean, I will not pronounce the thing itself, but I will say thing. And you can see that the water, as I was mentioning, it was bent. Okay, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't take anything away from this kinky. It makes it even nicer. A smoky kinky. It makes it nicer. If you are a kinky fan out the kinky, sometimes you buy the kinky, now see it makes it nicer. So yeah, thank you everyone. I'm just so happy that I was able to bring this recipe to you. I'm so grateful to you all for joining me. Don't forget to like this video, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the very next one. Bye.